all set? Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Ellen Marr. I'm the current chair of the Cohasset Select Board, and with me are two of my colleagues, Mr. Paul Grady, who's the vice chair, and Mr. Christopher Plex. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's event honoring our employees. But before we get to the celebrations, I just wanted to take a few moments to talk to you about some of the recent events that have happened at a few recent select board meetings. The tone and tenor has been disheartening. Some of you are aware of what I'm referring to, and some of you are not, so please bear with me. As the chair, I'd like to apologize for the interrogation of and personal attacks directed to our town manager. Our meetings should always be civil and respectful, and our tone professional. In commenting at meetings or making decisions, we need to understand the unintended consequences of such comments or decisions. We acknowledge that recent meetings of the Select Board may have had unintended consequences on staff, anxiety, stress, uncertainty, bewilderment, lack of faith or trust in us, and for that I apologize. By providing policy direction, budget guidelines, and goals for the town manager, we should be working collaboratively to make sure our town manager and his team, all of you, are as successful as possible. The majority of the board has no interest in tearing people down, but only in supporting them and doing what we can to ensure success for all parties. We'd like to thank you, those present and those that are not, for your hard work and your tenacity. Please know that we sincerely appreciate you and what you do day in and day out for the town of Cohasset. This celebration tonight reflects the dedication of our employees to the town. Your skills, your talents, and your efforts do not go unnoticed. So congratulations to all who are receiving recognition tonight. We thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Megan James.
I am honored to talk tonight about Sharon Moody, who's been with the town of Cohasset for 25 years as our beloved children's librarian. Sharon has devoted her career to public service and to working with children. As a kindergarten teacher for almost 30 years, first in Quincy and later at the Osgood School in Cohasset, she has helped countless children receive a positive and supportive start to their education. After leaving teaching, she started a second career as the children's librarian at the Paul Pratt Memorial Library here in Cohasset. This will be her 25th year in the role. In that time, she's helped facilitate the library's move from North Main Street to the current location back to her previous workplace and the former Osgood building. Sharon is beloved by the generations of children who have listened to her story times, participated in many programs that she offered, plays on the learning stations in the children's room, or discovers a new book from the many on her shelf. She frequently serves the former students who come in with their children on their own, continuing to love reading to the next generation. Thanks to Sharon and her hard work, the children's room has become the busiest in the library, both in circulation and of materials and the program attendance. Sharon is also an amazing coworker, always willing to pitch in where it's needed and bringing fun-loving and supportive energy to the workplace. We are so lucky to have Sharon on our team. Thank you, Sharon, for giving us your service for all these years. Thank you, Sharon. Amy Davis. Amy Davis and her husband Glenn have been lifelong Cohasset residents. Amy's dad was a former Cohasset police officer, and her three brothers are Cohasset lobstermen and fishermen. Amy spent 13 years working as a teacher's aide at the Osgood School, which was a perfect opportunity for her to maximize her time with her school-aged kids, Craig and Emily. As her kids grew and became more independent, we were fortunate to have Amy join us at the building department as an administrative assistant for the past 7 years. Amy's knowledge and experience in these departments is valuable with providing assistance for a large number of contractors, residents, and realtors that come through the building department each day. Amy and Glenn are looking forward to an upcoming wedding for both Craig and Emily. Amy, thank you so much for your service.
Next, we have John Harrington. We're recognizing John's 10 years with the town of Cohasset. So John Harrington has been a police officer with the Cohasset Police Department for 10 years. John grew up in Cohasset and went through the Cohasset school system. In his time with the department, John has served in patrol on the day shift where he worked closely with the community. John's community policing mindset makes him a valuable member of our department. So John, thank you for your 10 years of service. Next, we are recognizing Rudy Helbach's 10 years of service. Rudy has been a police officer with the Cohasset Police Department for 10 years. Rudy also grew up in Cohasset and went through the Cohasset school system. Rudy serves as the patrol division and has extra duties as the department's firearms licensing officer as well as field training officer. Rudy continues to be committed to the department and the people of Cohasset. Rudy, thank you for your service. I'm going to turn this back to Ellen to recognize Christopher Senior.
Okay, find my notes. Thanks, Michelle. So some of you may know Chris Senior isn't here tonight. His father passed away last night, so he's gone home to be with his family. But even though he's not here, I'd like to say a few words about him. One of my earlier memories of Chris was in the fall of 2014. The Cohasset Skippers were in the playoffs for football. Now, my youngest son was out of high school, so he wasn't playing, but my oldest son was coaching, and my best friend's son was playing, and she said, "Will you go?" I said, "Sure, I'll go. Why not?" It was a freezing cold night. We went to some town. I have no idea where it was. I don't know who we played, but we're walking to the field, and who was there but Chris? Bumped into him. He traveled to wherever we were to support the Skippers that night. And over the years, I've continued to bump into Chris at Friday Night Lights. And people in town have gotten to know him because they bump into him downtown, on the Common, or by the harbor. In 2015, I joined the school committee, and for my 6-year tenure on the board, Chris was instrumental in mentoring me on municipal government, making himself available whenever possible. And fast forward to now, and I can say unequivocally that every success, every achievement that happens regarding the town, Chris gives credit to his team. The Beechwood Playground, oh, that's Michelle, he says. Paving projects, oh, that's Brian, he says. A successful application to MSBA for the Osgood roof. Oh, that's Nick. The new HR website. Oh, that's Megan. I'm sorry if I missed people, but those are just some of the examples off the top of my head. He has expressed to me over and over again how lucky he feels to have the team that he has. I have a really good team is something that finds its way into every conversation I have with him. So Chris, on behalf of the Select Board, would like to congratulate you on your 10 years of service. You and your team have made Cohasset a better place.
Now it's time to acknowledge the retirees. So we are fortunate enough to have Mary Goodwin back there to be recognized for her many years of service to the community. So many of you know Mary Goodwin. She is the town of Cohasset's public health nurse. She retired after many years of service. Mary's career has touched countless lives, healed hearts, and made many friends in the community. We want to take a moment to honor you for your years of service. Mary was not just a public health nurse. She is Mrs. Goodwin, mother of two beautiful girls, Margaret and Tara, wife of Ronnie Goodwin, and grandma to her beautiful grandson, William. Through your kind words and tireless dedication, our community has found a friend. You guided colleagues, shared wisdom, and built bonds that will last a lifetime. Mary, thank you for dedicating your life to others. You are truly a remarkable person. We all hope you are enjoying your well-deserved retirement and miss you very much. And next, we have another Mary, Mary Quill, who's also enjoying her retirement. Mary's contributions extended far beyond the office, whether answering questions from residents, working alongside town departments, or providing guidance to our team. She was always a trusted resource. Mary was the assessor, friend, knitting instructor, wellness guru, and overall bright light. Her leadership in the assessor's office never went unnoticed. We hope Mary is enjoying her retirement surrounded by family, whether it be vacationing in New Hampshire or South Carolina, attending yoga retreats, or spending time with BJ and her children, Amy, Gregory, and her buddy, Nicholas. We wish you continued happiness in your retirement, and we miss you very much. And next, Megan is going to come up and recognize other retirees.
Nancy LaFosse could not be here this evening, but she retired this past year after 10 years of being with the town of Cohasset. Nancy LaFosse became a part of the town of Cohasset's team as the Assistant Director of Elder Affairs. She was later promoted to the director position after her predecessor retired. Nancy is known for being a kind and thoughtful leader who puts a lot of effort into every day to serve the senior citizens of Cohasset. Her colleagues appreciate her sense of humor and her warmth, and we want to express our gratitude to Nancy for her unwavering dedication to the town of Cohasset and her work at Elder Affairs. Bridget Liddell could also not be with us this evening. Bridget worked for the Paul Pratt Memorial Library as the Young Adult and Technology Librarian. Eager for a break from her energetic children, Bridget Lingell walked in the door of the Paul Pratt Memorial Library in 2005 and asked the front desk, "How do I get a job here? I'll do anything." And didn't leave her until her retirement in 2024. Starting as a volunteer book mender, she then spent several years as a substitute at the circulation desk before becoming a full-time member as the Young Adult and Technology Librarian. In this role, Bridget was a guide and a source of support for library patrons of all ages. Bridget's contributions over the years played a key role in shaping the library into what it is today, and her impact will be felt by all of us who had the pleasure of working with her.
It looks like that's a wrap for tonight. I hope everyone enjoys dinner, some snacks. There's to-go containers. Please take home some dinner, some snacks. Thank you for coming. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we're glad you could come out tonight.